Hi, I'm Parker from Solcial, and this is 26 Questions with Parker.
Mexi is here to support you throughout your crypto journey. With our Kickstarter, Launchpad, MX DeFi, MD program, you're able to earn additional income. So use the QR code that you see on your screen or the link in the description box to sign up with Mexi.com and get 20% off your trading fees right now. Also, subscribe to our channel and smash the like button. Hi Parker, I'm Mark. Welcome to the interview. Glad to have you today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for having me, Mark.
Yep, likewise. I'm also glad that you came around, and yeah, the community has a lot of good questions for you. We had a lot on Twitter. We had to filter those out because, there were hundreds of them. They're eager to learn more about Solcial and, the details behind it. So if you're ready, I can go ahead and ask them one by one.
Let's get started.
Cool. So starting off with question number one, what is the reason behind the creation of this project?
So it's pretty simple. We wanted to create a Web3 social network. Users are free to interact without the fear of censorship and with the ability to monetize almost instantly.
Got it. Okay, that makes total sense. For everyone who's watching, you can go to solcial.io to check out their website. Pretty cool. I love it, and we're going to get more into it later on as we speak. Moving on to question number two. What is the first thing you would like people to think of when Solcial is mentioned to them?
First thing I'd want people to think of when they hear about Solcial is probably Web3 permissionless social media, really giving the power to the users and taking it away or switching the power dynamic from the corporation.
Totally understandable. All right, and how do we earn passive income from Solcial? What kind of content must I put out on Solcial for my followers? And do give us a brief explanation on how this works.
So Solcial has introduced the idea invest to subscribe, meaning that people buy your tokens, they hold your tokens, and then by holding your tokens, they can access premium content. So this might be exclusive videos, exclusive posts, different stuff like that. So it really incentivizes people to hold your tokens. We have 3 tiers. First one is free, and then the second one, you get to decide what price it would be. And this in turn then will raise the price of the tokens, and actually your fans that hold your tokens can earn along with you when your token value goes up.
Very well. So am I assuming correctly, is this like social money or is that different?
So this is, you have your own token. So essentially it's paired with our SLCL token, but it's a full token on the Solana blockchain. So for myself, it would be Parker token. So people would buy Parker token and then access exclusive content by holding that token.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. Could you explain what a permissionless social network means and how it differs from other social networking sites such as Instagram and Twitter?
Yeah, so current centralized Web2 social networks like Twitter, like Facebook, like Instagram, they have all the power, right? So they can decide who gets monetized, decide who gets banned, decide who gets, removed. They have all that sort of power. And we believe that, Web3 social network is where the user actually has the power. So Solcial as an organization, as a group, doesn't have a lot of power, but we allow the users, the community to have the power to decide what sort of content gets removed and also who gets monetized. I guess the market decides that one.
That's very meaningful. Okay, question number 5. Could you mention any disadvantages of a network without permission and without content censorship? Is the impact on the emotions of users with the uploading of certain content important to Solcial?
So the main, circumstance that could be tricky with that is if you have something that is illegal throughout the world, right? I'm sure there's content that we can all think of that's going to be illegal and just morally wrong everywhere in the world. To make sure that Solcial doesn't support this sort of content, we allow users to report stuff that they feel is offensive or stuff like that. And if it gets a certain amount of views to report, then we take it off of our node, of our support. So that's one way that we try and circumvent any sort of issues around being censorship resistant, but still ensure that content is not illegal and not grotesque.
Right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Traditionally, there are various social networks with different themes. One for video publication, another for interaction between users, another for images, music, and more. Therefore, could you define what theme Solcial will specialize in, or will it be global content?
So we'll be mainly text-based to begin with, something kind of like a Twitter. However, for future versions, we'll include different types of content, including videos and all that stuff. But to begin with, it'll be mainly text-based.
Okay. Okay. Will there be a limit for the amount of characters like on Twitter when you text?
I do not believe so. I believe that you can have as long as you want for that one on social, at least for this first version that I've seen.
Got it. Okay, question number 7. Will we have to invest to be able to participate in your platform?
No, so you do not need to hold the SLCL token to create an account and use social. Now, if you want to buy someone else's token, like I said, that's the trading pair is, let's say Parker and SLCL is the trading pair. So you will need to hold some of the social native token to do that. And also you get a reduction on trading fees and stuff like that. But to begin with, if someone just wants to join the platform, they do not need to invest.
Okay. I understand that Solcial is a decentralized social network on the Solana blockchain, but how do you prevent adult or sexual content on your platform?
Yeah, so kind of like I said, if something is universally offensive or illegal, if the post is reported too many times within the community, we unpin it from our IPFS nodes that hides it from the UI. Obviously, we'll have CAPTCHA to prevent bots and stuff like that. However, what the thing is too, if there's a group that finds that this content is valuable, they will still be able to support it on their own IPFS nodes. So this ensures that, if something is, let's say, political speech that wants to get censored, but there's a small group that thinks that it should still be supported, this allows them to. So it at least allows for some free speech, but it also balances this idea that there is content that's simply wrong and illegal.
Right. So in this case, for example, if it's adult content, which is not illegal, Solcial will not categorize it. So for example, this is 18 plus and this is not. It's up to the users and the community who support that content to categorize it for themselves. They're kind of going to have like a small hub.
Exactly. Yeah. So if the users view the content and they think this is horrible, they can report it. We do give options for people to like thumbs up and thumbs down. So if you just simply didn't agree with it, but you didn't think it was bad enough to report, you could just give it a thumbs down. However, if it's grotesque or something really bad, then they can always report it. And if it gets enough reports, then we'll do something on our side.
Right. And so, but it's not actually grotesque or obscene or whatnot, and users do report it. Will Solcial be the final judge whether to keep it on the platform or not?
No, so we let the community decide. At the end of the day, we don't want to be the ones that judge all these different things. Now we'll unpin it, like I said, from our node there. But if there's a group still, like let's say 10% of people still want to host it, they'll still have the ability, this is probably in future versions, but still have the ability to then host it on their own IPFS nodes. And then this would be slower because the way that it works is it's not on one central server, it's on a bunch of different ones. However, they'd still be able to host it on their own nodes.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that one. Question number 9, how will Solcial use the advantages of blockchain technology to attract people?
Yeah, so I guess one of the main differences between us and Web2 social networks is that we allow for users to have their own coins. And like I said earlier, these are coins that are, on the Solana blockchain. The users have full control. We mint actually tokens for users right when they join. So this is really one way that we're wanting to take advantage of blockchain and crypto and allowing for people to monetize in a very unique way and have full control of their value as well. So we don't have the ability to shut down their token once we mint it. The users have full control.
Very well. How can I access Solcial? Is it available on iOS or Android?
Yeah, so it'll be available on both. We're working on, web and on your phone, like an app. So we're currently running internal tests, and a part of that is definitely on our phones.
Very well. Do you have an approximate release date in mind?
So we don't have a firm release date. We've been running tests internally, and we're hoping that we're going to be doing more internal tests, onboarding some of the first users in the coming weeks. But we don't want to promise and we don't want to under-promise and then, or we prefer to under-promise and over-deliver.
Okay. Will we be able to show off and exchange our NFTs on Solcial Solana network? What kind of NFT services will you offer?
Yeah, so within the app, I wish I could show you a screenshot right now, but there's sections to display your NFTs. So that's something we know that a lot of users really want, is that ability. So we for sure understand people want to display and actually be able to trade their NFTs within the app. That's something we're looking at doing. But for sure, we're making sure NFTs are central to the app.
Question number 12. Can I set my own amount for each tier for my subscribers? For example, 12 tokens for tier 2 and 50 tokens for tier 3. How does this work? Is it a monthly subscription where my subscribers would have to pay me the set tokens every month or something else?
Yeah, so the user this question has got it completely. So you get to decide how many tokens are needed for each tier, right? So you can decide you want to set your price at $5 a token, and then to access your tier, they have to have 5 coins, 5 of your tokens. The first tier is the free tier. But then for the second and third tiers, you get to decide that price. So it's not a monthly subscription, but it is based off of how many tokens that they hold. And you can also change that price as your token gains value and as you decide that you want to change it.
Nice. I don't really understand how social media can be decentralized. Where all data will be stored like centralized social media do. What does it actually mean to stay centralized?
Yeah, so the first version is probably going to have some centralized elements to it, just as we keep working on this peer-to-peer network. But essentially all content is backed up on IPFS and accessed through the P2P layer. This is without relying on any centralized, censorable servers or gateways. By being decentralized, we ensure that users have freedom to create and earn without fearing censorship and demonetization.
Okay. Question number 14, how will social use its advantages? Can social provide a good level of privacy for users?
Yeah, so we're not collecting any data on users from our end. This basically means that users will have full control of their privacy. So we're not even discussing users' data. So we're ensuring that users have full control.
Very well. What is your strategy to attract new users and investors to your platform and keep them long term?
Yeah, so we've been developing a number of different incentives and promotions and a few things that we're excited about once the platform launches and we can really start to show these things. But we're pretty confident it's going to really incentivize users to join the platform, keep coming back on, keep interacting, posting, buying each other's tokens. So we're excited. Once the platform launches, then I can share more on that.
Nice. What competitive advantages does social have compared to other projects of the same model?
Yeah, when I think about competitive advantages, I think the main one is our strong community, where we've been very blessed actually to build a really, really strong and loyal community where people keep coming back onto our different, Telegram and Discord and asking questions and wanting to be involved and really buying into the vision. Like I've said before, when we launch, we don't necessarily want to be a one-hit wonder or go viral and then all the users disappear. We much rather start off small, start off with a core community that keeps returning and that finds value in the platform.
Partnerships and collaborations are the backbone in making every project more widespread. Can you name us some of your partners?
We're working on partnerships with other crypto and metaverse projects, but we can't really communicate too much on that yet. But we've had a lot of different discussions with NFT projects, gaming projects, different things where we can see them kind of syncing well with social and with what social is wanting to bring. So we're excited to announce more as we get a little bit closer to launch.
Okay. What other coins would you accept other than SLCL in future?
Well, every user is going to have their own coin. So the number is, virtually endless. So I guess it's the different coins are, however many users that come on board.
Yep. Okay. And what is the ultimate vision that your project is trying to achieve within the cryptocurrency market?
Yeah. So we really hope to change the world. We're big and ambitious with social. When you're building a social network, it has to have a network effect and it has to be able to grow to millions of users, if not billions, right? You look at some of the big ones like Facebook and Twitter, they really have a lot of people on board. So that's what we really want to do is we want to onboard as many people, maybe people that aren't even crypto natives, right? We want to make sure that everyone's able to come and use the platform and find value in it. So the long-term vision is to just keep onboarding, keep improving, and provide an opportunity for people to, have freedom of speech, but also monetize instantly, have fun, and really interact in a new way that crypto enables.
Exciting. And the last question for today, Parker, is why did you guys decide to partner with Mexi?
Mexi, yeah, for sure. It's a terrific exchange with a stellar reputation. We've seen it already. You guys are, very strong, competent team, and we've just appreciated all the help that Mexi has provided so far.
Yes, and we're glad to have you as part of Mexi's team as well. Thank you so much for expressing your interest in becoming one of our projects that we would love to see grow in the future and expand and, become the true social media that you are aiming to become. Okay, great. So that wraps it up to 20 questions from the community to you, Parker. Now, guys, if you saw your question on the screen, that means you're the lucky winner and you can claim your reward by following the instructions in the description box. Now, Parker, it is your turn to address your 6 questions back to the community so they can earn additional rewards. And whenever you're ready, please go ahead.
All right, thank you. First question, are there any fees for posting content on social? Second question, When you first join, how many tokens does Solcial mint for you? Third question, what is the max supply of SLCL tokens? Fourth question, on our roadmap, what is listed for Q1 2023? Fifth question, how can users reduce their trading fees on Solcial? Sixth question, Solcial is developing a P2P layer to ensure censorship resistance. Where is this content stored?
Very well. Thank you for the 6 questions. Guys, if you feel like earning additional rewards, do your research, comment down below. We'll verify your answer. If it's correct, we'll drop you additional rewards. That pretty much wraps it up for today, Parker. Thank you so much for answering all of these questions from the community and providing a lot of good details and information about your project. I enjoyed this one and I hope that we connect sometime in the future, and I wish you nothing but success.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate your time, and same with the viewers. I appreciate you guys watching this to the end and answering the questions and being engaged. Make sure to join our Telegram, follow us on Twitter, do all that fun stuff. And when the platform launches, make sure to go on and join Solcial. Thank you, guys.
And we will drop the links down in the description box so everyone who's interested can check it out. And don't forget, guys, to subscribe and like and share this video. See you next time.
See you later.